Should go live in a second. Oh, something's happening. Preview, right? Definitely shenanigans going on now, Scott. Starting stream on YouTube. Oh yes. Oh, that's looking better already, mate. But you'll be able to go to the channel and see probably. Listen, if there's anyone watching this right now, it is purely a test. Do not have a go at me, please. Hi, folks. Diane, if you're watching this right now, this is just a test. Copy video. Are you on channel, Scott?
Yeah.
How's it looking?
You might kill the video in Skype, and that might help too.
Aha. Indeedy. Stop sharing. There we go. That might help it. Okay, folks, we're just practicing. No panic. Don't be telling us how bad this is. We're just getting used to it. Testing, exactly the man they call Raz. And I've got Scotty Lopez here with me. Scott, how are we looking now, man?
Oh, we are looking fantastic.
Oh, are we looking good?
Yeah.
Indeed, so I can even, like,
I've
play a little...
This is the
I've got the audio muted on YouTube, but I can see your...
Awesome.
You can see your stream and everything, and it looks really smooth. So
awesome. So for anyone tuning in right now, this is us just Tony Patch in the chat room. You're permanently on test mode. Yeah, I think that's about right, Tony. I'm like a prototype for some kind of new species that's out there. So look at that, Scott. You're even getting a little banner flying up and things now. Take it off slow chat. Am I on slow chat, Scott? How the hell do you take it off slow chat?
I don't know. I've never streamed on YouTube before.
Enable slow chat, right? So I'll disable that. Let's see how that does. Yay, we're on. We're getting there. So, like I say, folks, this is all just a test because I'm really, really wanting to get into the live streaming side of things. It's going to be an extra weapon in the arsenal for as long as it lasts, because we know that the big kind of crackdown is coming right now. We've lost Alex Jones from YouTube today, from Facebook, from Twitter. And when they come from Jones, that means they're coming for all of us. Anthony Patch, we won't tell Q. There's a good chance, Anthony, that Q is probably watching this right now. So just so you know, no big kind of character in the White House or in the Pentagon or something like that. No, more likely they're tuning into streams like this. But all that will be revealed later tonight. So Tony says, you streaming only on YouTube live stream or a service? It's a program, Scott, called OBS, isn't it, from Streamlabs? And we're not getting paid for that, Scott,
yeah,
are we?
Streamlabs OBS.
Yes, not like at the oil companies that we promote all the time, right? But no, PlayStation, who is going to replace Jones? Well, you're looking at him. No, I'm only joking. I would rather see Alex Jones coming back, to be honest with you folks. I think it's pretty grim.
Yeah, this is it's pretty serious stuff, man.
I think so, Scott. I think so. And I think people, there's probably going to be people on social media celebrating this because Jonesy's so divisive for whatever reason. I've never hidden the fact I respect what they do, the amount of people they've woken up. And I, for one, would be sorry to see any kind of platform in the alternative media going. It's like I was saying earlier on, I'm not big into flat earth, but if I seen them coming after flat earth people and taking away their right to post stuff on Facebook and things, well, that would irk me and it would annoy me, because I would be thinking to myself, well, how long before stuff that I post and I believe in, how long before I can't post that? So it's a really dangerous time we're living in, Scott. And we've got TFR that we can speak on over there. Huge platform, global platform. But I'm worried when you see Alex Jones being taken down in the blink of an eye, just gone, absolutely gone. That could be us soon, dude.
Yeah, they're setting a precedent. If they can take Jones down, then they can take anyone down, and it just shows how much control these tech companies have over everything. And it, it's not really a monopoly. It's like a it's like a combine, basically.
Absolutely. And tonight, of course, we're going to be blowing the lid on who is QAnon. So if you have missed that, we're not going to be taking up much of your time here. This was basically just a test, folks. But we will be having on Unirock on the show tonight, from Unirock here on YouTube. He's over on Twitch. He's on Twitter. Hashtag Rocka Squad. That's ROCKA Squad. And him and the people that he's been working with have absolutely nailed it. There's no grey area now. This is definitive proof. I mean, they have traced every kind of possible lead they can, and they've trapped them, Scott. I don't want to go too far into it tonight, but you watched the video, and you yourself, I mean, you're a lot more kind of 4chan, 8chan savvy than I am, and you were absolutely blown away, impressed by what Uni's done here, aren't you?
Yeah, the amount of research and investigation he has done into all of this Q stuff, I think it's going to open a lot of people's eyes to what what Q really is. And I just got to take my hat off to him, because he did a lot of work into this, and it's going to be very good, very good. People need to tune into the show and listen to the information that we're going to present. I think it's going to be quite amazing, actually.
Absolutely. And, Anthony in the chat room says, I saved his bacon, reference Q. And that's what we're here for, Anthony. We're all to look out for each other, man. You've got my 6. I've got yours. Scott's got mine. I've got his. Everyone in the chat, we all have to look out for one another. And, if I ever see anyone, any friend or any contact at all walking into something that may be a trap, I'm sure as hell going to scream from the rooftop. So don't you worry about it, Tony. I've got your back big time when it comes there. And it'll probably become more apparent as the show goes on tonight, just how I saved Anthony Patch's bacon without even going into it, because some of the characters that are going to be revealed, it's going to shock you, folks. It's going to shock you. I was way off the mark, way off the mark. I was convinced it was the Webbot 2.0, artificial intelligence. Nah, it's nothing as elaborate and as exciting as that, and it's really going to hurt people, especially the Q-tubers out there. And what annoys me is the Q-tubers all know this information, but yet they all chose to keep misleading all of you out there. Now, that is very, very important, folks. And you know who the big Q-tube channels are. The ones that just sprung up and talk about nothing else apart from Q posts, trying to analyze these little cryptic messages. They're the ones that really, it goes beyond irresponsible when they were showing the evidence, and yet they decided to keep going. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the real Anonymous to say no more. And it happened at the weekend. And that, for me, is a very, very huge landmark. Because I was always quite concerned, Scott. All the work that Anonymous have done in the past, love them or hate them. Here was this thing, and QAnon was basically becoming Anonymous. What wasn't it? It was taking over. When you said Anonymous, people were starting to think Q.
Yeah, and people need to think back of where Anonymous originally came from to begin with, and that was from 4chan, and those image boards. So you could see why they would be annoyed that this whole Q phenomenon has basically kind of hijacked the whole Anonymous name. So, they've come out and they're starting to call all this out and starting to expose all of this as well.
Well, we'll get into more of this tonight, folks. I want you all to join me from 10 p.m. Scott's going to be with me as well on tfrlive.com. 5 p.m. on the East Coast, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. Bombard social media. Tell them they are going to find out who Q is. And if after that they decide to still follow Q, that's fine. That's okay. We can only lead the horse to water. We can't make it drink. But so long as everyone else out there is very aware of what's behind this, what the motivations are, i.e. greed, and we can all move on. We can all put this interesting episode behind us. And it has been interesting, let's face it. But Scott, thanks for helping me with this. We're going to be doing a lot more things on this kind of platform in the near future. I'm going to try and do 1 hour's live streaming a day, Scotty. I'm going to try and do an hour's live stream during the day, and then I'll be on the show at night. And then if any big news happens, this is where I'm going to break it from now on. I'm not going to go away and make a video. I'm just going to live stream it. It's the way forward. And a big shout out to Unirock for inspiring me to do this. Can you believe people were telling Uni last night that his setup is B grade, Scotty? Look what I've got going on here, man. This must be like F or G or something like that, right?
Looks good, man. Not bad. Not too shabby for a first run, man.
For a first go, we've got a whole heap of empty screen on the side, but I've got plans for that, folks. Don't worry about that. But I'm seeing Q. He was a cool guy when he was on Star Trek. I loved Q on Star Trek because he came from the time continuum. Really cool character. And now anytime I see Star Trek and Q, they've dirtied Q for me. I always think back to QAnon. Pesky QAnonites. Right, Scott, thank you for joining me. And thanks to everyone out there. Means the world. And Anthony Patch, not once but twice in my stream today. Fantastic. Catch you later on, folks.